There's a reason why your love has always felt too heavy for others to hold. Capricorn, you were never made from soft fabric or fleeting spark. You were forged in cosmic pressure, under silence, under duty, under storms that demanded more than emotion, they demanded transformation. You carry the kind of energy that can build empires or collapse illusions. People are drawn to your stillness until they realize it was built on battles they never saw. They reach for your warmth, but tremble when they feel the weight that warmth carries. Your presence reveals things in others they'd rather keep hidden. And so, they leave. Not because you are too much, but because they are not yet enough. But what if I told you this? There is one soul in this lifetime. Not just someone who can handle your energy, but someone who was designed for it. Someone whose spirit won't shatter beneath your silence. Whose patience won't confuse your distance with detachment. And whose love won't burn out under the sacred fire you carry within. This is not a fantasy. This is alignment. This is divine timing. And the universe has just begun to open the path. So before we go further, comment below, "Only the strong can love me." Let those words become your declaration to the cosmos that your energy is sacred, and you will no longer shrink to be understood. Because Capricorn, the one who was written beside your soul in the book of time, is finally on their way. Stay with me until the end, and you will understand why your love never fit into small hands. Because only one soul was ever made strong enough to carry what you've always carried alone. Part 1: Why most people can't handle the energy you carry. Capricorn, here's the truth. Your energy isn't difficult. It's divine. It's not that you're too much. It's that your presence demands truth, and most people are still hiding from themselves. You were never meant to be easy to love. You were meant to be unforgettable. You were meant to awaken, not entertain. You were meant to reveal, not perform. People are drawn to your strength. They feel safe around you until they realize that your stillness isn't emptiness. It's discipline. It's awareness. It's built from nights when you had no one to lean on but your own backbone. They admire your silence until they realize it reflects their own noise. They admire your structure until it calls out their chaos. They admire your patience until they feel exposed by it. You've become a mirror for the unprepared. And mirrors, real ones, are not always kind. They show what people don't want to see. That's why they leave. Not because you're cold, but because they can't survive the warmth that demands accountability. Capricorn, you've carried others through storms they couldn't name. You've held together families, relationships, businesses, entire emotional ecosystems, all while bleeding behind closed doors. And still, they called you distant. But let's be clear. You weren't distant. You were deep. You weren't silent. You were watching. You weren't closed off. You were preserving your sacred space. Most people have never encountered a soul that does not beg for validation. That's why your presence makes them nervous. Because you don't chase. You don't beg. You don't perform. You hold. You hold standards. You hold power. You hold space. But who has held you, Capricorn? That question echoes louder than any goodbye. Life lesson. Your energy was never made for the many. It was made to be matched, not managed. And if someone couldn't carry it, it wasn't your burden to shrink. Part 2: The ones who said they could love you, but collapsed under your frequency. Capricorn, you've heard it before. I want to understand you. You're different. You feel safe. I've never met anyone like you. And for a moment, you believed them. Not because you needed love, but because you longed for resonance. You gave them your time, your patience, your quiet loyalty. Not your body first, but your energy. And that's exactly what they weren't prepared for. You see, most people are intoxicated by the idea of loving someone powerful, until they realize the weight of standing beside that power. They fell for your calm until it reflected their chaos. They adored your discipline until it exposed their lack of self-control. They wanted your stability, but not the responsibility of matching it. Capricorn, you became their mirror when all you wanted was a partner. You became their healer when all you wanted was peace. They mistook your boundaries for barriers. They mistook your silence for punishment. They mistook your focus for emotional distance. But what truly happened? They collapsed under your frequency, because your energy made it impossible to keep pretending. You didn't need to speak. Your presence said enough. Their unresolved wounds rose to the surface. Their illusions shattered quietly under your gaze. You were not their enemy, but standing next to you made them confront who they were, and who they were not ready to become. So they left. But not with honesty. They left with blame, excuses, and vague words like, "You're just hard to connect with. You're too serious. I need something easier." And you questioned yourself. You wondered if your standards were too high, if maybe your silence was a wall, if maybe you needed to be softer. But Capricorn, let this truth settle in your soul. You were never too much. They were too temporary. Life lesson. You didn't lose them. The universe removed them. Because your frequency doesn't allow false love to survive. Your energy is not for healing the wrong people. It's for recognizing the right one when they arrive. Part 3, the signs the right soul is finally getting close. Capricorn, the universe doesn't announce divine timing with loud thunder. It speaks in whispers, in patterns, in the kind of synchronicities only someone like you, grounded, observant, spiritually mature, would ever notice. And right now, something is shifting around you. Not in the loud, dramatic way you've grown tired of, but in a quiet, profound way, like the earth itself preparing to open. You may be feeling it already. That sudden peace in your chest. That unexplainable stillness before sleep. The way certain names or dates keep appearing. The random songs that play, echoing your heart's hidden language. The conversations with strangers that feel divinely timed. The feeling that someone is thinking of you, even if you don't know who. Capricorn, this isn't coincidence. This is alignment assembling itself in your favor. Because when the soul designed for you begins to move closer in the timeline, your spirit feels it first. You begin to withdraw, not out of sadness, but because your energy is calibrating. You clean without knowing why. You rearrange your space. You cut cords that no longer deserve access. You begin to speak less, but feel more. This is your higher self making room. This is your frequency tuning to the person meant to meet it. And it happens before the arrival, not after. You may even notice the dreams. Dreams that feel like memories, even though you've never lived them. You wake up with a name you've never heard before, or a presence that lingers in your body long after sleep ends. Capricorn, your soul is remembering something, or someone. And that someone, they are being prepared too. In another city, another timeline, another layer of growth. They're shedding illusions. They're leaving behind shallow connections. They're asking the same question you are. Where is the one who was made to walk beside me? And somewhere in the divine blueprint, your names are already written next to each other. Life lesson. You don't find alignment by force. You recognize it by peace. If your life feels quieter right now, it's because something sacred is approaching. Make space. Stay present. Stay ready. Part 4, when two mountains meet, the peaceful arrival of a love that matches your depth. Capricorn, your soul was never seeking a spark. You were seeking a flame that knows how to endure. Not a wildfire that burns everything down, but a sacred fire that warms, builds, and stays. Through storms, through silence, through seasons. This is what happens when the right soul finally arrives. They don't rush in with fireworks or promises that feel too shiny. They enter like sunrise, quiet, consistent, undeniable. They don't try to fix you, impress you, or read you like a puzzle. They sit with you. In silence. In stillness. In reverence. And for the first time, you don't feel the urge to explain yourself. Your stillness isn't misunderstood as distance. Your seriousness isn't mistaken for sadness. Your dreams aren't called too big or too much, because they don't see your intensity as something to escape. They see it as sacred ground. They admire your discipline, not because it makes their life easier, but because they live by the same inner code. They respect your solitude, not because it keeps them out, but because they, too, have walked the path of inner work. When two souls like this meet, it doesn't feel like starting something new. It feels like remembering, like you've known them long before this lifetime. Like the conversation never actually began, it simply continued. And your body knows it. You breathe differently around them, not like you're gasping for air, but like you've finally exhaled. You're not overwhelmed. You're understood. This kind of love doesn't crash into your life. It settles into it. It fits, without performance, without pressure, without pretense. Life lesson. The right person won't ask you to come down from your mountain. They'll rise to meet you at the summit. And when they do, you'll realize love isn't meant to test your peace. It's meant to protect it. Part 5, the love that heals without touching. How this person awakens what you thought was lost. Capricorn, you've spent so much of your life being strong that you forgot what it feels like to be held. You've learned to survive in silence, to lead without praise, to keep moving forward while the weight of your world pressed against your chest. And in that long, quiet climb, you began to believe that soft things weren't made for you, that maybe your intensity was too much, your truth too sharp, your ambition too loud, your silence too deep. So you adapted. You became your own safe place. You learned how to soothe your own storms. You stopped looking for someone to catch you, and built wings of endurance instead. But Capricorn, when the right soul arrives, they don't ask you to fall. They simply stand next to you, and you realize you're safe enough to land. They don't rush into your shadows to fix them. They honor them. They don't beg for your wounds to open. They recognize them and love you anyway. You'll begin to notice something strange. Your shoulders will relax. Your breath will deepen. The tension you forgot you were holding will begin to fade. Not because they healed you, but because their energy reminded your soul it was never broken. You'll stop apologizing for your strength. You'll stop downplaying your dreams. You'll stop editing your silence to make others comfortable. Because for once, someone won't fear the depth of you. They'll swim in it. This love doesn't demand access. It earns your trust, in quiet, consistent ways. They'll ask how your day was, and truly listen, not out of obligation, but because your voice is their favorite sound. They'll sit with you in silence, and never feel the need to fill it with noise. And without realizing it, you'll begin to soften. Not out of weakness, but because your heart has finally found a place where it can rest. Life lesson. Capricorn, you weren't born to carry it all forever. You were just waiting for the one who could carry it with you. Real love won't demand you become smaller. It will honor every piece of who you've always been and invite the parts you buried to breathe again. Part 6, preparing your spirit. The sacred work Capricorn must do to receive divine alignment. Capricorn, the universe never delays love. It refines it. Not because you are unworthy, but because your soul is rare. And rare souls must be met with resonance, not noise, not distraction, not chaos in disguise. But here's the truth many avoid. Before divine love can arrive, the sacred space within you must be cleared. You cannot welcome the one written for your destiny if your energy is still crowded by ghosts of the past. If your heart is still replaying the same stories. If your spirit is still grieving illusions. The universe is not testing you. It's asking you to become ready, to soften what has hardened, to release what still clings, to unclench from the pain that made you strong, but now keeps you distant. Capricorn, healing isn't weakness. It's spiritual precision. And this is the moment where preparation begins. Look around. Are you still holding on to people who spoke to your potential but never honored your truth? Are you still replaying relationships that made you question your worth? Are you still entertaining what feels familiar even if it no longer fits your frequency? If so, it's time. Time to stop negotiating with your past. Time to let your boundaries become sacred doors, not defensive walls. Time to forgive, not because they deserve peace, but because your future does. Divine alignment doesn't arrive through force. It flows into spaces that are clear. That's why you've been feeling called to disconnect, to be still, to clean, to simplify, to return to the center of yourself. Because when your soul becomes a sanctuary, the one made for you will feel it even across timelines. They will be drawn not to your image, but to your vibration. So begin now. Speak life into your own dreams again. Restore the rhythm of your spirit. Say yes only to what feeds your energy, not what flatters your loneliness. Because the one who's coming, they're not looking for someone to fix. They're looking for someone who has already chosen themselves. And Capricorn, when you choose yourself fully, you don't chase alignment. You attract it. Life lesson. Letting go is not the end. It's the sacred act of clearing space for what's real. If you want a love that can carry your energy, you must first become the one who no longer carries what isn't love. A love that feels like home, the final return to yourself and the one who sees you. Capricorn, your journey was never just about love. It was about becoming the version of yourself that could receive the kind of love you were always worthy of. Not the kind that demands performance. Not the kind that fades when you go quiet. Not the kind that mistakes your silence for coldness. But the kind that looks at your stillness and sees sanctuary. You were never meant to be understood by the masses. Your energy was built for something sacred. Your frequency is not loud, it's deep. And only a soul who breathes at that depth will ever truly recognize you. The ones who left, they were part of the refinement. They taught you what alignment does not feel like. They weren't failures. They were filters. And now, the noise is clearing. Because someone is on their way. Not with fireworks or fantasy, but with presence. With peace. With a soul that knows how to walk beside yours without needing to lead, follow, or fix. They won't see your ambition as intimidating. They'll see it as familiar. They won't ask you to shrink to fit. They'll expand with you. They'll meet your strength without fear. They'll meet your silence with stillness. And you will not have to carry everything anymore. Because when this kind of love enters, it doesn't arrive with urgency. It arrives with recognition. And you'll finally realize, you were never waiting for someone to complete you. You were becoming the kind of soul that only alignment could find. Final reflection. Capricorn, your energy is sacred. Not everyone is meant to carry it. But one soul was designed to. And they're finally on their way. Until then, choose peace. Choose depth. Choose truth even when it's quiet. Because the universe isn't just sending you someone. It's returning you to yourself. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, comment below. My soul is sacred. Only alignment may enter. Let the universe hear you. Let that vibration echo to the one who's been searching for you too. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. Because this isn't the end of your story. This is just where it starts to make sense. Your divine alignment is already on its way. Trust it. Prepare for it. Become it.